You follow? But when you see Jesus, he's on the cross dead. Dead as a doorknob. And not only did he die, they took a spear and they poked it into his abdomen and he leaked out more blood. And then they had a nerve to say that they put him in a tomb, and because they were afraid that he might get up, they put a huge rock in front of the tomb. So he was dead and buried. And then people walk around with the cross around their neck with a symbol of him being dead and buried and gone forever. But they say that he resurrected and he's coming back. When I say I'm coming back from the store and I ain't back in 30 minutes, I get a call. Where you at? My grandmother was asking, where you at? My great-grandmother was asking, where you at? My great-great-grandmother asked, where you at? You follow what I'm saying? Where is he at? 2,000 years, even for somebody that's habitually running late, 2,000 years is a long time to be saying you on your way back. You follow what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with a master teacher like Pt.3 Yanun, you got to realize there's a method to what seems like madness. Yeah, he's locked in that cell, but how many people left? How many people walked away and said, you know what, since he's in there, you know what I'm saying, maybe he did, I don't know. You have the same master teacher, you know what I'm saying, that showed them in a dream that their computer was going to come on when they said it was going to come on, and wrote it and put it in a book, you know what I'm saying, testified against them and tried to get them locked up. The same people that said this and that was going to happen, and Pt.3 said, no, this is going to happen, and that's going to happen then. And then it happened. Them same people walked away after they knew what he could do. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, this is our test, not his. So he allowed himself to be trapped to test us, to test our fortitude. How much do you hate the devil more than you love me? You felt what I'm saying? Do we hate the devil more than we love Pt.3 Yanun? Are we so afraid to love each other, but we hate the devil more than we love each other? Because the key to my freedom is love and unity will free me. And then he said that the tongue is the key and the heart is the lock. And you know how many people don't speak Nuwaupu? And how many people, I'm going to get to it later. It's real.
So do you have, you a teacher, so you dedicated to the whatever you do?
We all are student teachers. Don't be fooled by me standing up here on this mic and thinking I'm a teacher and no. We are all student teachers of Pt.3 Yanun. Pt.3 Yanun don't raise followers. He raised leaders and teachers, and we are all teachers of Wu-nuwaupu. There's only one master teacher. All of us are student teachers, I should say. You follow? So you a teacher. Because from the moment you sat in this class and you had a conversation with somebody outside of Nuwaupu, and you talk to them, he's like, yo, I went to this class. Let me tell you, I can't remember everything, but I'm telling you, I learned this, I learned this, I learned this. Guess what? You taught somebody something. When we listen to God teach us, and then we go out and teach other people, to those people we are angels, and those people become prophets, and they go teach other people. You follow? And then those people that they taught, to them, those people, that they are the angels. That makes the people that taught them gods, which makes Pt.3 Yanun the most high. You follow? And then it happens over and over and over again until we are all raised up to be supreme beings again. It's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Just like you were sitting in that seat, I was sitting in that seat. And I didn't think I was going to be up here. I had no idea. But it's already pre-encoded in your DNA for you to be sitting here right now. There's already pre-encoded in your DNA for some of the mistakes that you make to happen to bring you to this point where you ask the question that on your job, you know what I'm saying, when you was talking to somebody that got you sitting in that seat right there. And you think you came to Wu-nuwaupu, but Pt.3 Yanun brought you to Wu-nuwaupu. None of us will be sitting here if he didn't bring us to Wu-nuwaupu. He's not predicting things, he's making them happen. He told us that years ago. He said, it looks to y'all like I'm predicting something that's going to happen in the future. But he said, I'm not predicting it. I'm making it happen. And he said, if he could teach all of us to do that, it will be mirrors everywhere. It'd be Tamarays everywhere. You follow what I'm saying? So when they say they got Panda Babylon Nun, we got to realize they saying they got us. Because that's our soul. Without him, we have nothing. Make no mistake, this whole world is going off Panda Babylon. Let me explain what I'm saying. Panda Babylon made a statement. He said, universes come from multiverses. About 6 weeks later, science journals was printing multiverses. And they was writing it in their magazines. And they've been doing it. So they've been doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. You know what I'm saying? He told us about auras. Next thing you know, you got a thing called Kirlian photography, and now they can photograph the human aura. And even though this man's hand has been cut off, we can still see the aura of where his hand was. You follow what I'm saying? Every time when I say you follow what I'm saying, that's exactly what they do to Partner Babylon. They follow what he's saying. And every time this is a constellation with 3 stars, and the constellation has such and such planets, and they revolve like this around, boom, boom, boom. And Panda Babylon is saying this, and they look, oh man, you sound like a quack. You don't know what you're talking about. And 6, 7 years, 10 years later, the devil's saying, we found a constellation, and it has 3 planets. You follow what I'm saying? Anybody else have a question?
I just wanted to add something. What it is okay, I can tell that you're obviously new with us. For a lot of us have been around, we don't look at this as if this was really a tragedy. We actually look at this as a test of Melchizedek and Moses. He's brought that book out. He keeps bringing that book out for us to see this. 2 weeks, I lived on the land when they did the raid. 2 weeks before we had that raid, I was walking with him on the land, and he brought up a comment. He said, there's an event getting ready to happen that's going to change the course. That's going to change the course of history. Okay, and then 2 weeks after that, we had the raid, and then well, there was something else here.
He passed out a book.
Yeah, that's it. He gave everyone who lived on the land a copy of the book, Being an Egyptian Initiate. If you read the book, it's in there about a student who gets tested, and then they fail because they couldn't stand the test and what have you. So for a lot of us, we hear all of these stories, but we know we just wait for him to come when it's over so he can come on home. We know that you can't read a lot of those stories and those things in the books and just look at them as stories. Those are real things. He's existed a long time, and we're just patiently just waiting for him to come home. And those that's not supposed to be here are gone, and those who are supposed to be here will be here. That's what we're doing.
Get in the herd.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead.
You gotta get that book, man, of Egyptian.
How's your body move?
Yeah, but it's an AEO book. So after you join AEO, you can get that book. But you should definitely join AEO. For real. You should join AEO and as if your life depends on it, because it does.
How does your body move?
How does your body move? Your brain sends a message that is released in the form of a chemical to the different parts of your body, and then you're able to move your arm. You don't realize it, but if you're thinking about moving your arm before you move it, and then you move your arm. But it's happening so fast. You ever have somebody throw a ball at you, and then you catch the ball? Your brain is picking up a message. This is a ball, and it's coming to you. And before you could blink, your hands know, I gotta grab this ball before it hits me in my face. Otherwise, you get hit in the face with a basketball. You ever got hit in the face with a ball? You knew not to do that again, didn't you? That's how your brain literally works. It has an experience or has something happen, and then when it happens again, your brain picks it up, it shoots out an image back at it like a projector. Your eyes shoot the image back out and say, okay, basketball. And then it goes back through your brain. Your brain communicates down your spinal cord. And then your hands come up and you catch the ball. It's just, it's this, it works by you knowing things and you seeing things and you experiencing things, and then your brain knows how to react after that. You follow? Does that answer your question? Okay.
I mean, what's you guys' take on like psychedelics? Like, I don't know, I like ancient.
You talking about like DMT?
Yeah, DMT, ayahuasca.
Panababi Amun explained to us about DMT. I forgot which Patarak it's in. There's in one of the Pataraks he explained about DMT. But you know, DMT is released when you're born, when you dream, and when you die. But yeah, you shouldn't experiment with any drugs, especially outside of ceremonies. You shouldn't experiment with, you know, different kind of drugs and being all of this and that, because a lot of them aren't really from the source that they say they from, and they synthetic, and they mess with them. But he did explain to us in one of the Pataraks that they made marijuana illegal because they know it fixes more problems than their white drugs and their pills that people keep popping, and then they got to go back to the hospital because now they got something else. And so they make the things that can help you illegal. You follow? So you get caught with it, you go to jail. But then they make the things that can't help you legal and readily available. And how many people do you know that are addicted to prescription drugs every day? You follow? And they're detrimental. In fact, Xanax, what do they call it? The withdrawal is deadly. You can die from withdrawal from Xanax.
Yeah, but like with, I don't know, with DMT, you know, I looked it up, it's in almost everything, you know, almost, you know, the grass.
Right.
Like,
It's in you.
It's in me also, so would that be, you know, some sort of, you know what I'm saying, would that be?
Well, it's already in you, so why would you need to take it?
Yeah, but then again, I mean, like a lot of practices, you know, they meditate 47.
Yeah, they call it hippie crack. You know, that's what they call it. They cook DMT back to a crystal base, and they call it hippie crack. And a lot of people are walking down and saying, "Oh, I see the divine shapes and this and that." Listen, man, when you start reading Patarak and you start getting into the actual facts and all these books, you ain't got no time to be taking no DMT.
Yeah, but I understand what
you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I'm saying like the DMT, like I mean, if you go back in Africa, they got it in like ibogaine or whatnot. They got it in different forms, but the thing is, once you take it, it's not something recreational. You go, you know what I'm saying, do it tomorrow, it's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
right. I understand what you're saying. I know about ayahuasca and different things like that.
Yeah, because, you know, it's a lot of unfolding of, you know.
I got a cousin, and that's what he does. He does plant medicines. He goes all around the world and does some stuff like this, but he left Wu-nuwaupu to do that. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? You seeing all of this stuff, but you can't see who Panababi Amun is in this day and time. Something ain't working with it. You follow what I'm saying? It ain't about necessarily what you take. It's about what you take into yourself, period. That means books, cinema, music, whatever. You already have all these chemicals already. Everything is already in you.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you don't really need to take anything extra to put in your body because you already have everything in you.
Right. Like,
You could go days without eating even and still be healthy, drinking water.
Yeah, but like the reason I asked was like a lot of like Egyptian monuments, you know, they have, I don't know if you heard of like the Temple of Man or whatever, like, you know, like same like a dude, and with the place where the pineal gland or where the DMT kick in, that was, you know what I'm saying, that was the holy grail, you know, it was shit is missing now, you know, they went and took it.
Right.
And, I mean, they I'm saying we knew, you know what I'm saying, like
Right.
our people knew, you know, that's where.
Right. We knew what foods to eat.
Yeah,
we knew what to burn in our temples.
Yeah.
What kind of incense. We knew what would activate certain things in our bodies because we was in tune with nature. And like you said, DMT is in almost everything in nature. Especially in plants, when you go back to Pt.3 in Africa, you know what I'm saying, all over the world. I'm sure if your family's from Ethiopia, no. It's plants that you can take, and people be like, man, what kind of plant is that? And it has an effect on your body. You follow? But yeah,
would that help you with like, I don't know, like transdimensional, you talking about like 9/11?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're reading these books, you don't need that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes and you have a dream, and that DMT released in your dream is going to be enough. When you wake up, you be like, yo, I'm cocaine. You feel what I'm saying? She had her hand up first.
I had a question in regards to my brother's question. He asked, how do your body move? And I was thinking that when you're in sleep paralysis or when you're stuck in a dream, your brain tells you to move or to get up, but you don't. Why is that?
I can't answer that question. That's a good question though. What I will do is I'll do the research from the many different books that Pt.3 Unknown has written, and then I'll go and I'll come back and answer your question. With that, I'm gonna pass the class on to my brother. Oh. With that, we actually gonna end. Actually, I'll take your last question. Then we're gonna shut down for the evening. Go ahead, ask the question. You don't need a mic.
My question was,
That's all right. Go ahead. I take his instead of yours then.
For those who sitting here don't know what DMT is, can you kind of expound a little bit on that? Real quick?
You know what? I forgot the chemical name of it because I was trying to think. What is it? Dimethyltryptamine. Yeah, he know about DMT.
What is it for? What is it used for those who...
Like I said, it's a chemical that's released when you're born and it's released when you dream. People use it to have visions and see things. They say that they can see the divine shapes. They have great understanding and great, people use it to open their awareness. Or no, people, they open their awareness. It's just, what are you becoming aware of? You know what I'm saying? Because Pt.3 Unknown explained to us, you watching all these monster movies, right? And then you walking that path, and those things will manifest before you. Like when you're dealing with certain ceremonies, the Native American ceremonies, when you smoke the peyote, and it releases certain chemicals in your body, that State Puff Marshmallow that man you just watched on Ghostbusters became real, and you have to literally overcome those fears before you're able to cross to the next plateau or the next plane and what have you. You follow? With that, I'm gonna end question and answer class. Let's free the master teacher. Now, let's fight to get him free without him.